Yo! Hopefully this is the last Camaro video. I don't mean that in a bad way, just I've learned that these Corvettes are not the funnest things to work on. I got the new door handle a lot sooner than I was supposed to. So I was like, well, maybe I should record, well, where's the old door handle? Oh, well, let me show you what this door handle is missing and why it was flapping in the wind. I already got the other door handle in. That was about 20 minutes of just beating my head up against the door trying to figure out exactly why it still wasn't working, but I got it fixed now. So here you see flapping in the wind because there is a spring that is supposed to keep this lever up in there like that, and there's supposed to be a spring around this nut, and that's what keeps the tension on this lever, which keeps the door handle up, which means when you press it, it pushes that down, and then basically it's a return spring is all it is, just like on your carburetor setup for your throttle pedal. But that's what was missing from that, and that's why that was flapping in the wind. And then the rod going through it, it's not supposed to have a clip in it. It's got a, oh no, I can't show you. It's probably too. So that rod going up to the door handle, on the door handle part, this clip was on it, and then they wrapped some metal around it, and that was messing it up also. It's a little like zigzag shape at the end up there, and all it does is it just goes right through this hole, and it just sits in there. It goes in that side and then it curves up and it just sits in there. There's not a tab or anything that's supposed to be holding it in place, because once it's up and down, it's in and up, so the rod itself is basically stuck in there, so it'll never move, and it makes it a lot easier to pull out rather than pulling the tab. But what you got to do is this arm right here that the rod is going through, you want it pushed down as far as possible with the door handle flush and in there, which means you want to adjust that piece that's on the threads. You want to adjust it as far down as you can, and then what you do is you snake the handle in there, and you don't press it down all the way yet. Get it in. I got it in the farthest hole outward. There's two holes. There's one in and out. I put in the out one because the out one sits a little higher, which means when you press down, it'll push the lever down further. So I snake it in there, and this lever is already as down as far as it'll go before you give it tension when you press. And then watch right there. You want that to go. Oh, you're not gonna do it now? Am I locked? No? I feel like that's not going down as far as it was. There we go, it's getting there. Let's see. I just had it, so I would not be surprised if it doesn't work now that y'all are watching. Oh, there we go. Yep, so this side is done. Put the armrest back on, and that is done. And that makes me wonder if the issue with this side, no, never mind, sorry. This side isn't handle related. This is something with that bad boy right there, not. Okay, we got locked. Locked. Come on. Let's unlock. Let's see. Not. What is going on? Is it? Is this just not going up far enough? No, locked, unlocked. So I wonder if it's the same issue on this one. I need to adjust that rod because maybe it's just not pressing down far enough. So I'm gonna mess with that for a minute, and then I say a minute, probably about 6 days, and then go from there. Oh, now I'm locked out completely? Ay, ay, ay. All right, I just pulled out the driver's side door handle, and I can definitely tell you that the door handle itself is the issue. So this one stays up and doesn't flap in the wind, but it's the exact opposite of this one. See how that one's just coming through nice and easy, nothing's holding it up. This one's the complete opposite. It also looks warped too. You see that? So that is 100%. The door handle is the issue on this side. So they're supposed to, oh, sorry. Supposed to have a spring right there or on this side, one of the two. And that keeps this lever up there and does that. But what I might be able to do, see how they did that? That's not supposed to be there. See how it loops through, the rod itself curves. It's just supposed to stay just like that. There's no clip or anything. And then notice how this is adjusted all the way down. That's because they were trying to make up for that, the return spring not being here and not pushing it up. So they were trying to have this adjusted where this sat all the way down, where this rod sat all the way down, and this lever was pushed up there, was held up there by the rod itself, which is not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to have a return spring, like I just mentioned on that one. So at least we know the issue now is just the door handle. So I just need to order a door handle, replace that door handle, and that'll be it. The doors will be fixed, thankfully, because I had no interest in replacing that mechanism. Another thing I should have added 3 minutes ago in the first part of the video is no more gas leak. We are 100% fixed. I have no clue what that ground wire goes to. It's just dangling in the wind. Probably lights or something, but that is fixed. Thankfully, we got 5 gallons in there. Starts right up too now. Holds fuel. Well, it has a return, so it actually doesn't hold fuel, but you know what I'm saying. Hello? Hello? Anybody home? All right, so the lights don't come up at all. So these are vacuum assisted. I've never messed with these. I assume the vacuum isn't working. I guess maybe they only come out when it's running. But let's one thing at a time. How about we fix the doors and we move on from there, as in don't mess with the headlights, because that's going to be a 3-month debacle. But I'll hit YouTube up about that. I wonder if that's what their relay is for. Anyways, gas tank fixed, running, not leaking. The brakes that I know I'm going to need to mess with. Pretty sure this wheel cylinder is done. I don't know if it's leaking yet. If you can see, yeah, you can see it. So I'm going to be replacing that wheel cylinder. But other than that, door handles, wheel cylinder. Hopefully it's a wheel cylinder, not the brake line, because I looked at the brake line yesterday while I was under there, and that brake line's been on and off a couple times, which means if I have to mess with it, it's going to strip. So let's just get the doors situated, fixed, and then move on from there. All right, so it has been about a week. We are currently in the graveyard. You're next, I promise. But it took a week just to get this door handle, and I just got it in. And of course, like I showed you, this is missing the spring that keeps tension on that keeps that up. And then when you press, bam, it's supposed to return back. Well, it's missing that spring. I just got the new one in. You can kind of see the spring right there. But it works. Let's put the locking rod back on there. Let's close it. Let's lock it. It's locked. No open. Unlock. Open. Close. Open. Close. Open. Lock it. Well, ow. God, I keep hitting my head on you. Let's put that back in there. Oh, there we go. Let's lock. Lock. Let's unlock. Bam. So, doors, locks are done. Windows are done, even though those were the first thing to work when I got the engine running. All that's left that I'm doing, that we talked about me doing before he brought it to me, was fixing the switch, the blinker switch, which I already know exactly what it is. So if you listen closely, let's get you right here. You hear the click, and then we'll go down, no click. So gonna have to pull off the steering wheel, pull off the the cover, and you have to replace, of course, and this is the same with any old vehicle. That one's the same, the CUDA's the same, any 60s, 70s, 80s, probably even 90s. There's the blinker switch in here is all part of, see if I can, no, can't see, I'm gonna have to take this cover off. But it's basically the whole harness that runs under the steering column and connects to a main harness under here. And all it is over time, with all the clicking going on back and forth, the little tab that makes the click sound, they just break, or they get really worn down and they don't hold anymore. So when you got a good tab, it's like that. When you have no tab or bad tab, it's just that, it's nothing. So I'm gonna have to pull the steering wheel, pull all this off, and I mean, it's, if I remember correctly, it's just 3 screws that pull it off, and then you unhook it and then back on, and put your blinker switch back on, and steering wheel, and then cover and steering wheel back on, and then that's all that is. And then headlights, I gotta do some Googling and YouTubing, and I know they run off a vacuum. And over the years of working on vehicles, just on the internet, I know that these vacuum headlights are just an absolute pain, and they always never work correctly. So we're gonna see how that goes. But doors are done, locks are done. Got to put this door panel back on, make it all, put the pretty back on, and then move along to the flashers. All right, so it's been a couple more days. Of course, as soon as I stopped recording, thinking I had that fixed, it went back to messing up, but I think I got it fixed. But the door panel is going to be the very last thing I do, just to make sure it's 100% fixed before I'm finished. So got the steering column off, got your parts. Don't lose anything. Do your best to try and remember where that stuff goes. I kind of remember, but this is what I was talking about. Usually goes bad this is where it clicks. So we got, that should be left blinker, and that's right blinker. That part is perfectly fine. You see, see that clip right there? That's the stuff that usually breaks off and makes this all loosey-goosey. But now that I'm in here, I see that the Corvette is very different. This is supposed to go right here, and then this arm is what this connects to. So when you go up, it pushes it up and it clicks this side down, and then when this goes down, it clicks this side up. So that's where I'm at messing with this. I don't understand why it's not working. I wonder if something in there isn't where it's supposed to be, because this has been messed with before. This is definitely newer than factory, but I'm gonna keep tinkering with this and see if I can figure it out. So got it fixed real quick. This piece just wasn't on that end. It just wasn't where it needed to be for it to be even on that lever that goes up and down right there. But now we got it. Let's go right. Battery's super dead, so. But see how it's nice and clicky? Oh. So, done. Put steering wheel back together. And then all that's left for me to do on this is figure out the headlights, which can't do much with a dead battery, so that's probably gonna end up being tomorrow or the next day, or it's supposed to rain the next couple days, so I guess we'll just find out. So we're back. I got the steering wheel put back together. Of course, whoever was in here before me, they just took the steering wheel horn button, I guess you would call it, and they just like somehow glue whatever styrofoam that is to the where it stays intact. And of course, once you pulled that off, that's gone. You could see where the screws are, or they're like broken off or something. So obviously I can't put that back on, but I did. We got the flashers fixed, which I showed you, but just wanna one more time, just make sure. Down was the issue. What? What? Ay, ay, ay. Oh boy. And of course, as you just saw, the flasher decided to stop working how it was. I am so I didn't even mention I'm back to the door not working correctly. Now it's working correctly. It started working correctly when I started recording, but an hour and a half before all this, well, it's been an hour and a half of me messing with this, it decided to stop working. So I had to take it all back apart. Well, actually, I had to take the door panel back off with the door closed, which was fun. But now it's so locked, bam, unlocked, nothing, locked, unlocked. Not see, now it's not working. Thankfully it's not working now on video, because it seemed to only want to work on video. So I told the owner I am all out of ideas. I've messed with this every which way you can. One of the things that seems to work is slamming it. So I got unlocked, locked, see, and now it unlocks. So I've sprayed all that with PB Blaster a trillion times. So I assume just not slamming it, but giving it a good little push helps it out. Because, oh, that's locked. Oh, no, it didn't unlock. See? I don't get it. So I am leaving the door panel off so that if that happens, he doesn't have to deal with taking that off with the door closed, because it's an absolute pain. And of course, the flashers, well, we just went over this, decided to stop working. Which, of course, I already took the steering wheel puller back to O'Reilly's. So now I gotta go re-rent it just to pull this off, just to get back in there and mess with it again. I'm going at like 2 hours on just the door panel alone, or the door locking and unlocking, and I can't get that fixed to save my life. My assumption is it's something with that mechanism, even though that mechanism is brand new. Well, it looks brand new. Definitely looks brand new compared to the passenger side. But the passenger side, perfect. 100% done. No issues. It's just, oh my gosh. So I thought this video was going to be finished because, oh, and the headlights. So let's show you those real quick. They're just not opening quickly, which my assumption is a vacuum issue, because it has about 8 trillion vacuum lines right here. And that's the vacuum for that headlight, or vacuum canister for that headlight, vacuum canister for this headlight. And they just, I don't know if the engine just isn't building enough vacuum. I've checked all the vacuum lines, nothing's unplugged, nothing's broken or cracked. I pull this one up, watch that one go down. Come on. That's up. This one, now it's up. And then up, it's good. It doesn't go down. And then when I shut them, when I press the button in to turn them off, that one goes down nice and quick. This one takes forever. So my assumption is it's just not getting enough vacuum, or one of the 3,000 vacuum canisters is leaking vacuum. Come on. Need a pill, buddy? Need a pill? Need some help? But yeah, so I thought I was done, because I mean, not much I can do there unless I charge more to just start replacing vacuum pumps, headlight, whatever else has to do with that. But I kind of don't have the time to keep digging into it too much. When he first brought it to me, I told him I'd check it out, but I couldn't promise anything. The flashers I'm gonna fix because I had it fixed, so that should fix. The door, I just, like I said, or maybe I didn't say it, I let him know, you know, I'm out of options. I have no clue anymore, so I'm just gonna leave the door panel off for him. And I don't know, but of course that I'm so tired of working on cars, but I'm not at the same time. For some reason I enjoy these headaches. So I'm gonna go get the steering wheel puller. Hopefully you're even still watching this by now. I wouldn't be surprised if nobody's even gotten to this point. This video is probably so boring, but it's an absolute headache for me. So I'm done for the day because there's just other stuff around the house I gotta do now, and it's pushing about 4:35, and then I need to rent the steering. I'll probably rent the steering wheel puller tomorrow, and then hopefully get that fixed tomorrow, and then maybe I'll be done, because I'm still gonna I gotta bleed the brakes, because it showed up with no brake fluid in the master cylinder. But we'll just see how much more of a ass kicking I take. So, got the steering wheel apart, back together. If you hear the clickety, so should work now. I tested it about 1,000,000 times before I put it all back together. Let's go lefty loosey. Yep. All right, so that is El Deno for Mio. I don't know what's going on with that door. Maybe you know. Maybe you don't know. Maybe you know, and you had just as big of a headache messing with it as I did, but you were lucky enough to get it fixed. Headlights, if you're a Camaro guy, let me know what's going on there. I know it's vacuum related, but there's a million vacuum things going on, so which one might that be? Oh, I'm too small. I'm too tall for these cars. But next in line, finally. Appreciate you watching. Only thing I'm doing to this now is bleeding the brakes, so no sense in putting that in the video, making it any longer. Keep it unlocked, you're good. No issues. And then if somebody steals it, no more issues. You know what I mean? But I'll see y'all next video. Should be the Camaro, but I guess we'll find out. We never know here. If you got something for me to work on, hit me up on my Facebook business page. Other than that, I appreciate you. Oh my goodness. Hi. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You're the only good girl. I'm sorry. But appreciate y'all watching. In the meantime, till you see me again, go build something.